Hart came out and got real slick on people. Yep. Yeah, he did. It's your boy Carcino here, saying what's up. Hit the like button coming through the door. Your boy Kevin Hart got real slick on him. He got real slick today. His response back to Katt Williams was slick. And we're going to show what he meant by what he said. It was mostly very short but direct to where it was going to poke Katt Williams. Oh yes. Kevin Hart, the world's nicest man. The man is not perfect. He made a mistake.
Because of that, I should make smart decisions. And recently, I didn't. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment and
He made a bad error in judgment. Now, let's get to what bro said. Because it was real slick. You see, Kevin Hart is real good at sending subtle jabs. And I've stated this over and over again, and I was in Kwame Brown's chat, and I told Kwame Brown that, hey, this isn't what you guys really think it is. Katt Williams is definitely cool as a fan and 100 to everybody else, but so is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart ain't done nothing to this man. That literally have not done anything to him. He's blaming a lot of his inflictions. He's an industry plant. They planted Kevin Hart there. He's doing this to sabotage Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart ain't the one that held you down. So I know that is fact. Now, here's the thing. They just went and moved from you to Kevin. That's not Kevin Hart's fault. If you go in for a movie role and the part is yours and you don't show up to do the part because they say you can't go to Australia, and then they say, Kevin Hart, okay, we're going to get a part to him. When it was already your part and whatever you did caused the part not to be yours no more. It wasn't because Kevin Hart did anything. He was an unknown. They just felt comfortable using him instead of you, and it all worked out for him because the movie was a success. Now, here's what Kevin Hart had to say in response to Katt Williams calling him an industry plant and saying all these things about him on Club Shay Shay. He busts out and says, gotta get that anger up out you, champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer. He put that in bold to throw a shot at Katt Williams like I'm in movies on Netflix. You do specials. I can do both. You have no movies. That's what this bold is about. You see that? That's why it's in bold. My movie trailer. He's really throwing the jab at Katt Williams. You're not going to be in any movies. I am. I'm a movie star. You just got to do stand-up specials. That's what Kevin Hart was saying. And that's a powerful shot. and it's subtle. And only person that will get it is Katt and myself, of course. I got it. He said, to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There is a moment in the trailer where Gugu Mbatha Raw says they really love you. I know she's talking about Katt. And he's laughing emojis. Mark your calendars, bro. This one is special. So he's going to promote his movie and use this moment to promote his movie. Thanks, Katt. I'm going to use this moment to promote this movie. So I'm going to have millions of people clicking on here, watching this trailer to see what's going on and promote my movie on the same platform your shows is on. It was clever and really a blow to Katt. But the thing is, I'm a Katt Williams fan. As I told you guys right now, I'm just chatting with everybody that know. Everybody who knows me knows I know Katt. Like, Katt's around all my people. Floyd Mayweather. I told you, if you was on the Patreon, you would know. My homeboy is his DJ from Chicago. That's Katt Williams' DJ. I remember when he talked to us before he went out there. Katt Williams wanted him to move out there. So he moved to Vegas. He's like, man, I don't know, man. I got to lead the shot, man, because I'm going to be full-time with Katt. Man, I'm just like, do it, man. Katt is one thing about Katt Williams, he going to take care of you. He going to make sure you straight. So you ain't going to have to worry about nothing. You stick with Katt, he going to make sure you all right. He good people. I told that to Opio when he moved and made the decision to move his family out to the West Coast and get, ride with Katt. It's the best movie ever made. Twizzo, was Shanae funny? When Jamie Foxx came out as Wanda, did you laugh? If you said no, then you're lying. If it's funny, you're not in trouble. Now, me personally, I would never wear a dress because I don't see a situation where it'd be funny. But if the script called for it, then yeah. Wanda was hilarious. In A Living Color. When Wanda first came on that screen, that whole skit was goddamn funny. I don't care. I could watch that right now and crack the up. Wanda is hilarious. F y'all for lying. Y'all some liars. If y'all gonna tell me Shanae wasn't funny on Martin, come on now. Y'all lying. Now, when you put somebody in a dress just to put them in a dress, now that's where I have a problem with anything. It doesn't have anything to do with the role. Like Mrs. Doubtfire, we understood why Mrs. Doubtfire was in a dress. It went with the script. The father could not get rights to see his kids, so he dressed up as the nanny to spend time with his children and everything else and be Mrs. Doubtfire. So we understood that. So it was funny to watch the show. It wasn't exploitive. So as long as it's funny, you're not in trouble. But now in today's age, when everybody is all on tilt, people have been programmed. Man, they trying to demasculate the black man and put him in a dress. Yes, that was the truth back in the day. Demasculate you by putting you in a dress to humiliate you as a humiliation act. But this wasn't that at all. LeBron already wore a dress. And he didn't have a need to wear the dress. It wasn't funny. So you talking about if Patrick Mahomes wore a dress, is Patrick Mahomes a comedian? He's a professional athlete. So seeing him in a dress didn't mean anything. When Larry Johnson was grandmama, nobody complained. They loved grandmama. You see what I'm saying? How people lie to themselves? Y'all go sit up here and be like, I didn't like grandmama. Nope, I didn't. No, I had a problem with that. You're lying. You're lying. All of y'all are lying who's sitting there saying that. Now Wanda ain't funny. Now Shanae wasn't funny. They were funny. So as long as you are funny and it's part of the script, it's okay. Now it's your choice if you want to do it or not. That's a good statement, Black Sigma. I see what you're saying. Here's the thing. I know Katt Williams way more than I know Kevin Hart. Okay? And I can tell you this. Katt Williams is funnier. But Kevin Hart is also a comedian. He's not a comedic actor. He's a comedian. He actually was a male stripper. Because he was broke. Him and his boys was doing some male stripper stuff. He claimed he never done any, took male clients, but we all know how that goes with male strippers. I mean, I'm not joking. Kevin Hart was a male stripper. He started to join and be a male stripper with his homeboy to go get some money. Yeah, he talked about it. He had the baby oil and he had on G-strings and everything. He went and bought all this stuff. He said he did one show and that was about it. I don't buy that. I think he got it. I think he got ahead of it before anybody could ever say anything about it. I mean, like, dog, you was a male stripper. Chocolate Dropper. That's his rap name. But no, he was a stripper. Yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, that's what blew him up internationally. When he did the Montreal show, when he went to Canada for the first time, and that's when he had to get a passport, and that's how it saved his career, because when he ended up doing good over there in that show, and those guys remembered him for doing that show, he got known for, like, he paid his dues. He was on the New York circuit. Katt don't really remember that because he felt like he came out of nowhere because he went to LA. I told y'all Dame Dash is the reason when he put Kevin Hart in Paper Soldiers, that's what did it. And Kevin Hart and Memphis Bleak was hanging out. That was funny as hell because Memphis Bleak is stupid. He was like, man, I got a spot tomorrow. He was like, what spot? What the fuck is a spot, man? I'm gonna go get on these hoes, man. You should come get on these hoes with me. He was like, man, I wish I could, but I got a spot in the morning. Well, all right, well, I don't even know what a spot is, man, but go ahead. Dude, go on with your spots, man. I'm finna go and get on these hoes. Memphis Bleak was just wilding. Katt went in because he's bitter. You know, even though he's got success on Netflix, they finally took and did a deal to take his concerts and his material, and he's got to do these shows this is how he makes his living. You know, and he makes good money. He owns his own production and does things like this. But if Kevin Hart wanted to really stop Katt Williams, he can go to Netflix and be like, yo, cut Katt Williams off. If Kevin Hart was that kind of guy, and Kevin Hart isn't that kind of guy, he's not. He's not to go cut that dude off, cut his mic off. He's never been that guy. He's been the most humble, sharing, even when he didn't have to be or need to be. He's been humble to people he didn't even have to be humble to. He's mostly a fan of this. Even at this stage, he's still a fan of other people who was here before him, no matter how much he's got way more clout than him. He's still a fan of them. You know, like he look at them like they his idols. In other words, he's the Drake of the industry. Except for Drake, you know, he drunk the Kool-Aid and started believing he the toughest dude in hip-hop. That didn't happen to Kevin Hart. So I understand Katt. I know how Katt is. I know how he feels about the situation. Ricky Smiley came out today and brought one of the producers of Friday After Next on the show to say that Ricky Smiley, it was his part, but Katt Williams came and did an audition and blew them away. No, Kevin Hart isn't. You see, this is the problem I have with it, bro. I'm glad you said that, Black Sigma. Black Sigma said, yes, this is true about Kevin Hart. But the thing is, he is so overrated as a comedian. Katt will wipe the floor. However, Katt is the type of person that will show up late and get drunk on the set. Well, here's the thing. Katt is a better comedian. That's just it. He's better on stage, better jokes, better comedian than Kevin Hart. But Kevin Hart has killed it many times. So when people say he's overrated, you know, when he had Grown Ass Man or Little Big Man, you know, he was killing it. Laugh at My Pain. You know, these were classic stand-ups. What are you talking about? He killed that. And y'all don't give people their flowers, and now you let other people program you to believe their ideology and just make it feel like, oh, he ain't funny. Katt Williams said he ain't funny, and y'all, yeah, Kevin Hart ain't funny. You know, it's like, come on, man. Y'all just hating. You don't have to like Kevin Hart. But what he's trying to do is turn people off of Kevin Hart and saying, hey, he ain't Katt Williams. Katt Williams can do this and that. So every time you see Kevin Hart now it's all Kevin Hart, yeah, but he ain't funny. Yeah, Katt Williams said it, yeah, he ain't funny. Yeah, he right, he ain't funny. You see what I'm saying? That's that nonsense. Knowing that these the same people that was laughing and falling out their damn chair watching Kevin Hart for the last 5-6 years, going to the concerts, getting dressed up and going out to see his shows. When one of them not laughing. They were getting dressed up. These are the same people that's going to his shows. Now they talking about he ain't funny. Since when? Kevin Hart is funny. And so is Katt Williams. Katt Williams is just hilarious. They're both great at what they do. Why is that hard for people like some of you in the chat to understand? Oh, the Patreon episode been done. It's been done. It's up. Paper Soldiers, Dame Dash. I'm the only one on here who gave Dame Dash his flowers because Dame Dash is the reason Kevin Hart got that spot and got to California. If Dame Dash didn't do Paper Soldiers, Kevin Hart don't get to California. Of course I know about his hatred for Bernie Mac. He despised that Bernie was getting more praise than him and more appeal. I know all about it. But it is what it is. We from the Chi, we knew. That's why at Bernie's funeral, Bernie's funeral was right by my house where I grew up. Bernie is Southside all the way. He worked with my uncle. They worked at Doc's Fish when he was first doing stand-up. And he would come in and mimic the manager and be roasting the manager. They had a whole staff cracking up laughing. And he, Bernie, man, I don't want to hear with you today. Bernie, better get in there, man. You late. Get in there and do that fish. And he be in there, man, y'all better get in there and get that fish. Yeah, Bernie was in there. And my uncle was hilarious. Uncle Irv is just as hilarious as Bernie. If not, funnier. Bernie told my uncle, man, I'm telling you, man, Irv, you missing out. You should go on and be a comedian. Come on out here on the comedy circuit with me, man. Just get on that stage once, man. You are hilarious, man. You be cracking me up. Do I have pics with Bernie? No. Bernie wasn't somebody, it wasn't like Bernie was a super celebrity back then. Bernie was like just somebody that's working at a job. And he going to do his job, do stand-up comedy. Back then, people didn't have cameras like that. You know, you had to go buy a camera. There was no camera phones. So the pictures I got, because I had a real camera. Like everybody used to have disposable ones, where you take them in to Walmart and they process it and get the whole camera done. And all they doing is rehashing a whole bunch of old stuff. But that was slick what Kevin Hart said today. My movie trailer, and put it in bold so Katt Williams could see it, to let him know, like, I got a movie. You don't. I have a movie deal with Netflix. I can do specials, alerts. He's in the high 8 figures with his deal with Netflix. Katt Williams got a Netflix deal that gives him about $10 million for his concerts and whatever he's doing, and that's great. He's making money, okay? But more importantly, Katt Williams provide for his people. My boy is his DJ. He's riding with Cats till the wheel fall off. Katt is always with him, and Katt wasn't wrong about that. Well, a lot of stuff that he said. You know, he is blackballed out of the industry. They don't want nothing to do with him. Hollywood, they don't want nothing to do with Katt Williams, and he knows it. But he knows that ain't got nothing to do with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart ain't told nobody to do nothing to you. But you want to go after Kevin Hart because they chose Kevin Hart over you. As I told y'all earlier today, Fool's Gold was the movie. Now, if there's another movie they selected Kevin Hart over you, Please let us know what that movie was. Was it Soul Plane? You wanted to be in Soul Plane? Did you think Soul Plane was his first movie? I want to know what movie it was that had a gay scene on it. That. Mm-hmm. What? The one that they said he asked him to change the script. Now that's what I want to know. Kevin Hart wore a dress. He dressed up as Gabby Douglas. They did a skit on Saturday Night Live. So for a skit, he came out at the end dressed up as Gabby Douglas on Saturday Night Live. It was part of a skit, and it was funny because he was bouncing up like Gabby Douglas when she won the gold medal. So, mm-hmm. Nope, it's not what I told y'all at all. His first movie was Paper Soldiers. 2008 is when he blew up. That's when it started to blow up for Kevin Hart. It was 2008. That's when all the doors was going through, all the stand-ups and everything. But he did Soul Plane first. That was 2004. And Katt Williams was doing Kel Mitchell's movie that I told y'all he was doing. It was called Ganked. You might could even watch the whole movie for free on YouTube. Oh God, they do have it on here. I just saw Kel's ex-wife. Oh Jesus Christ. This is Kel Mitchell's company, named after his son. He named his son Lyric Cole Mitchell. So it's Lyric Cole Productions. That's who made the movie. This movie was made on the smallest budget in movie making history. He named his girl Bombay, and they put Katt Williams in there, Antoine Tanner, all the young comedians in here. So Kel and his wife got credit for writing this, right? I talked about the Patreon about what happened in this situation. Katt Williams did not get a writing credit on here. And the one mama from Craig mama from Friday, she was in here playing his mama. That guy, I don't even know who that is, playing his father. But this is not his real mother and father. Yeah, it has not been digitally remastered. Uh, he's playing this guy who's yes, Kale's ex-wife is the star of the movie. Like, she's the female star, and Katt Williams is her father, and she's the superstar, like R&B singer or whatever. Then Katt shows up in the movie 10 minutes into the film. Like about 8-10 minutes in there, he shows up with his daughter. Katt Williams wrote the script. He chose how the father should look, the businessman. He came up with the ideas. All of his dialogue he wrote. So they did not write his dialogue for this. But Katt Williams did not get a writing credit. Now, how did he end up in a low budget movie like this? Katt Williams need to know. You go from Friday After Next to doing this, which lets me know he was filming both of these near the same time. As I try to explain to people, movies come out at different times than when they were recorded and filmed. This came straight to video. It was something small, something he can grab. Of course, I was telling the truth. My boy is the DJ. Katt Williams was the best thing on here.
Yes. I haven't even heard it on one other question. How proud are you of your latest song? It hasn't even hit the charts yet. Tell me about that one. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I got this. I got this. All right. There are probably 100,000 artists that you know of that don't have a hit on the charts either. The only difference is ours is actually going to hit the charts. It may have taken a little long for you and a lot of other fans that can't wait for it to hit, but it will hit. You have my word on that. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And when will it be? When will it hit the charts? Yes. I haven't even heard it on the radio yet. Spider. Because it's not selling. Let me explain something to you. Yes, sir. You out in my backyard doing a press conference. Right, you understand that? Yes, sir. If you want to ask me about hits, ask me about hits. All right. Be careful how you ask. Okay, and when will that be?
I tell you, Katt Williams is the best thing in there.
I haven't even heard it on the radio yet. Spider. Yeah. Did you wreck your stores? Because it's not selling. Let me explain something to you. Yes, sir. You out in my backyard doing a press conference. Okay, you understand that? Yes, sir. If you want to ask me about hits, ask me about hits. All right. Be careful how you ask, because you could get hit. Okay. Carry the hits. It's going to be hitting.
Now, all of that is written by Katt Williams. Yes, I was supposed to be an extra in here. I don't know if they were going to give me a speaking part. All of this stuff was like on the fly for like all the family members and people to help out with roles to expand the film. Here was another writer and creator on the film. This is the guy I told y'all about, Kenny. Kenny was on The Parenthood. He's an actor and a music producer. One of Kel's friends. He was on the show The Parenthood with Robert Townsend. He was Robert Townsend's son. Played Robert Townsend's son on the show. No, I was never supposed to be in no damn soul plane. Okay, there we go. Right, so when I say Kenny, that's who I'm talking about. So he's the producer, because Kel was a rapper too. So they made rap songs as well. And they had a soundtrack for this. Remember, I told you they should have put Katt Williams on the cover. Now that it's been repackaged and put out, who's on the cover of Ganked now? In big bold, Katt Williams. The same thing I said for them to do, they've now done. Ganked. Kel's wife acting was awful. Katt Williams did the best thing he could. He tried to save this film the best way he could. Absolutely. Who says I'm not in my father's movie? Now, all I'm saying is, Ricky Smiley, here's the thing, even though he got the guy to come up and say those things, and he's talking about Katt Williams is coming to his city in Birmingham, out there in Huntsville, we want to support him. I know that's a side eye for saying we finna see Katt when he come up here. Okay, come see him. But be careful how you talk about coming to see him, because you could get hit. Katt Williams wrote all of his dialogue for that. So I know he wrote Money Mike dialogue. And that they made a decision. Now here's the thing. The producer that they got on the show, that they brought on that show, right? That guy Ricky Smiley called him up because they're in cahoots. So they got him to say whatever they wanted to say. Here's the question I wanted to run by them. Why he was saying, oh, the show is yours. This is your show. The part was yours. If the part is yours, then they're no longer holding auditions. Why are they still holding auditions if you got the part already? You see what I'm saying? He might have read for the part. I'm not saying he didn't read for the part. Nobody is saying that. But to say that that was your part, like Katt Williams took his part or something, you made it insinuated as if Katt Williams stole something from you. No, and now today he's like, no, man, I'm glad they made that decision that Katt got it. That ain't the way you was making it sound. He was complaining all while filming the movie, which he apologized for. I mean, I apologize for the way I used to be back then. Why? Because you made it? Because you were palling around with BET execs who was facing all type of sexual harassment cases that caused Deborah to have to step down from her position? You was at this guy's house, and this guy still goes everywhere. He's at all the shows. He was just at Kevin Hart show in New York. The same guy, Choke No Joke, said, man, he tried to come on to me in the limo. Same guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Choke No Joke said he didn't go to his house. Yo, he came up to me, yo, and I knew something was crazy, so I didn't even go. I didn't even go over there. I was in the car, and I'm like, yo, he tried it again. And I'm like, yo, homie dog, I don't know what you want, but you need to stop playing. And he apologized, then he did it again. Choke wasn't capping on that. He know all about who he is. But the thing is, Ricky Smiley was hanging out with this dude and hanging out at the guy's house in New York at the after party of the BET event with Tyler Perry and the others. No, not Bob Johnson. Jesus Christ. Y'all need to learn y'all history. This person was removed because of the claims of SA from his executive role. He had so many cases on guys coming forward complaining about his behavior. You know it's Mr. Hill. Stop playing. Y'all know who it is. There you go. Somebody said it finally. Somebody else put the initials there. I saw y'all. I saw what you did. Put the initials. I saw you. Now, y'all know about that situation. Why was you hanging with them, Ricky Smiley? See, Katt didn't bring all that up. But why was you hanging out with them at the party and then at the after party with that guy? That's what I want to know, Ricky Smiley. What was you doing there? What was the point? Tyler was there. Tyler Perry was there. Deborah, she was there. And Mr. Hill got her to lose her job because all of this happened under her watch. I know. Crazy, ain't it? Me and Space Ghost finna go for a little ride. Space Ghost. See, Kwame, I could ride it without the seatbelt. Oh, yeah. Space Ghost, let's go. Back it up, Space Ghost. Bend that corner. Turn the wheel. Yes, sir. Space Ghost. Yeah, now as we get into situations that we no longer understand, the first reaction that we think of is normally the worst reaction. We just act out without thought. So Ricky Smiley, I want to know why you was at those parties. If y'all want to know what happened and those people I told y'all about, the Illuminati he was talking about, oh, I named names on the Patreon. Oh, it's gonna shock you too. It's going to shock you. Some of the names that I bring up is going to shock you. And we got photographs. So it's all on that video on the Patreon. If you're a VIP member on the Patreon, that is the chance of a lifetime to watch that video. It's already up. Ain't nothing else I gotta do or you gotta do if you're a Patreon member. Most people are already in there watching. Oh yeah, we named the names. Just so you know, we ain't lying. So when he was talking about Ludacris and that contract Luda got is ludicrous. $10 million a film, and that's real. He got $10 million a film. Now, what would Luda be doing getting paid $10 million a film? Now, I don't know for how many films, but I know he got $10 million a film. That was negotiated. I think he got that after Fast 5. They did a negotiation, and I told you, he named his album, he didn't make a rap album for like 6 years, and then he decided to make one. And Universal paid for it, and he called it Ludaversal. Because he didn't even have to make music no more. Now, how can you excuse somebody like Ludacris getting $10 million a film when nothing he's done was bankable enough to cover that? Nothing he's done has been bankable enough to even get your money back on $10 million. Unless you keep him in what? Fast and Furious movies. As long as he keep playing Tez, you're going to keep getting your money. As long as he's playing Tez, he can get the $10 million. So I advise y'all watch that Patreon. We go into that contract, we go into the deal, we go into a lot more. Well, go to the Patreon. That's my setup. Okay? Go to the Patreon page, Carcino for Life on the Patreon. Go over there and enjoy the setup. And there's some people with nothing try to tell you how to do something. It's always that. Alright, enjoy the information. We named these names because we knew exactly what was going on. What do I think that's going to happen to Katt Williams now? Nothing. He's still not doing movies. They're going to keep him out of Hollywood. He's not going to. He was on Atlanta doing a guest role, but that's about as far as he can go is television and do things like that to be seen. But he's going to have to do stand-up and do his specials because he keeps packing them in. He's funny. But that's a heck of a way to live when you could do one movie and had to let the movie go out there and do something. You can get off the road. You got more rest for yourself. And one movie can make all of that. When Katt Williams was in Philly, he was beefing with Jay-Z and Rockefeller. He had signed a deal with Cameron to join Diplomats, the Dipset. And he had the album, It's Pimpin' Pimpin'. I still have that CD. It was for promotional use only. I got it upstairs in my house right now as we speak. Katt Williams gave it to me himself. Why would they knock Katt Williams off now when they can make money off of it? You knock Katt Williams off now, you make him a martyr. You see, y'all think, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all get so caught up and enamored with all of this, Illuminati stuff. That gets y'all so enamored. They know how to get you with the gas. This has nothing to do with Illuminati. What's happened to Katt Williams? Katt Williams did all of this to Katt Williams. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. That's just what it is. Nobody was taking Katt Williams out of his position but him. He kept getting arrested. He was the one on video wrestling with a kid on the ground. He was the one going out there saying irrelevant stuff, attacking people in the business. They didn't want to be around him. He didn't get the Fool's Gold movie. He didn't get the Fool's Gold movie. Right? It was his movie. He gave it up because he couldn't go to Australia. I don't know if it was passport issues or whatever, but he couldn't get it. He didn't have a passport, and he couldn't get, for whatever the reason, he couldn't get to Australia to film the movie. When Martin came back and did Big Mama's House 2, Martin said, when I come back and do my movie, you're going to be with me, like he said, right? And he said he was in there telling all of those people, why are we putting him back in the dress? He just did that. Why you got to do Big Mama's House again? We just did that movie. So now they wanted both of them in the dress. And he said, oh, hell no. And he told the producers and everybody else, what do you think those producers are going to want to do? Work with Katt Williams again? No. So to all those white producers in there, he didn't say this to Martin. He said this to Martin and all the white producers in there. Don't get Katt Williams. And they went and got Brandon T. Jackson. So everybody's so caught up in the dress thing. Like I told you, if it's done in context, then it's not a problem. When Martin played Big Mama in Big Mama House, everybody thought it was funny. They love Big Mama House. Every black household had Big Mama House in it, cracking up laughing. Personally, I like Terrence Howard in there. The same people who liked Wanda when Jamie Foxx dressed up as Wanda, The same people who like Shanae are now talking about, man, the dress, man, the dress. See how they program your brain to think? Yes, if they put you in a dress and it don't make no sense for you to be in a dress, that's the problem. I'm not finna just put on no dress to be putting on a dress. It's gotta be something in the script. Like we had to dress up like this to escape. You know, it's got to be something that makes sense. It can't be something stupid. We just going to be putting on dresses to be putting on dresses? Hell no. You damn right we quite smart and we like Shanae and Wanda. We love those things. They were funny. Especially Wanda. When Wanda showed up on the scene, that skate with Tommy Davidson, oh my goodness. That was hilarious. He was like, oh, wait a minute, it's getting ugly. Oh, I mean, it's getting late. Ooh, I hope it ain't midnight. Ooh, I hope it ain't too late, because I turned into a wolf at midnight. Well, it must be 1:45. Man, that was hilarious. Dog, if anybody here talk about that skit was hilarious. That Wanda skit was hilarious. Twizzo, you lost your mind if you finna sit here and lie like that. The Wanda skit is hilarious. And Shanae was funny on Martin. Nobody had a problem with none of this then. Now everybody want to be so pro-righteous and they trying to exploit you. It's the humiliation ritual. It's the Illuminati. It does exist. And there is some things where they want to demasculinize you, and now they don't put you in a dress. They put you in a role with a man and put you in the bed, and they be like, you're a bisexual man who's having trouble struggling with your lifestyle. That is your role. I'd be like, I read for the action part. Yes, you're an action star. You like going into war and shooting everything, but you're conflicted with your personal life and don't know if you want a man or a woman. Okay, now action. I mean, no. So they don't even put you in the dress no more. They go straight to you getting a dude. So the dress is out the picture now. See, y'all don't know how to look at things for what they truly are. Now, when they tried to put Dave Chappelle in the dress in the Martin movie Blue Streak, when it wasn't even written in the script. They just creatively talking about some, oh, well, he's gonna have to get out of there somehow. I'm like, how is he gonna dress up as a woman? Dave Chappelle is 6'8". He gonna put on a dress to get out the police department? When he's to sneak him out, he gonna dress him up as a woman? That's dumb. That didn't make no sense. So I like the scene they came up with at the end. But I knew that was gonna put Dave in a not so popular light. And when he said no, they tried to sneak the dress past him again. When he went to wardrobe and they didn't have his wardrobe in there, they had the dress again. He was, hey, why is this dress in here? And they were angry because he didn't want to wear the dress. He's not going to wear the dress. Why? We worked hard writing that script. I've been like, I could have saved you a couple of hours because I don't wear dresses. That's in my script. You see, here's the thing. They can't make you wear a dress. You know what I'm saying? They can't make you wear a dress if it's not in your script. If it's not in the script for you to wear it, they can't make you. That was an add-in scene that they just rewritten. So when the Wayans brothers were the white chicks, did you complain about that? Did anybody complain about white chicks? When they had to dress up and disguise themselves as two white girls going into a sorority. Did any of y'all complain about white chicks? Nope. You see what I'm saying? If it's funny, you're not in trouble. Nobody complained about them wearing the dress for the white chicks because it made sense for them to be in the dress for white chicks. You see, people program your brain to be focused on the wrong thing, so they said, okay, fine, no dress. Well, you're going to have to date this dude. You the black gay guy in the movie. Now, y'all should be more concerned about that. Because that's the demasculation that you're seeing in movies. The black character who's the least character in the film is a problem. And like 99.9% Caucasian people in the film, though 0.0001% African American or person of color in there, gotta be the gay person, the Hispanic person, the homicidal killer, and everything else all in one. They should have a problem with that agenda. Always making the African American character homosexual, as if that's the only person that could be homosexual is a person of color. It's ridiculous. But y'all worrying about dresses. Right, exactly. Ricky Williams being in a dress did not make any sense whatsoever. They trying to say, well, Mike Dicker has married Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams should have never been in no dress. I'm like, what in the world are you getting that dress for? That's Sports Illustrated. They've been known for those colors. They had Charles Barkley in chains. Like he was breaking out the chains. But Barkley signed up for that. Because we already know what Barkley is. He tell you over and over again what he is. It's no mystery. I stopped reviewing movies for years because Hollywood kept putting black men only on all of these like films that's predominantly curtailed to white audiences. They have a black character in there because they trying to be diverse and don't want to get flagged. And they have an African American character in there and make him a homosexual. It was the last American Pie movie. And then it was 21 Jump Street, the remake, the first one. I was livid. I was so livid. I said, I'm done. 2 movies was out at the same time. And I was like, look, I'm done. I'm done with this whole situation. And they were like, "You're out?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm out." Because those were the only roles they were coming with. It didn't even make sense for the guy in 21 Jump Street to be homosexual. Nothing in the world. You had 99,000 white folks in that movie. You could have chose to be the homosexual character. You chose the only black person in the damn movie, damn near, to be the homosexual character. He was the only black friend they had, and he was gay. And they just thought it was funny. He coming in, ain't no hot dudes up in here. I'm just like, man, this is terrible. That ruined his whole character. He was up out of there. Right, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. Exactly. It's been too many times, and they're doing it more and more now. That's all they coming with is those kind of roles. And if you don't play those roles, they don't give you no other acting gigs. Now, they need to be speaking out more about that. So, finna go get drunk. Not drunk, with my buzz on. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Buzz Life, One Crack News. Don't forget to go to the Patreon right now and watch the Patreon uncut version. And you're going to see me name all those names that Katt Williams was talking about that was in the meeting. Go check that out. I'm out.